Hey everybody, it's Jason from the Texas Gun Vault 2, and we're back out here in the garage. And unfortunately, tonight's video is not going to be a very happy one. It is just to give you guys a heads up and a warning of what might be going on behind the scenes at YouTube. And this deals with the future of firearms channels, and more specifically, the future of the Texas Gun Vault. And I want to tell you what happened and what I'm doing to hopefully kind of cut something off at the pass. This morning I woke up and I had an email on the account that is linked to the main channel, and it said that YouTube had removed content from the channel. Now, this has happened in the past, okay, and I've had problems in the past where things have been either demonetized or had age restrictions on them. And for the past 2.5 years, since I started my new channel, I have had very good feedback. And when the AI algorithm catches something, you do and ask for a manual review. Those manual reviews have always sided with me. They've looked at it and said, yeah, you did not violate the community guidelines and everything is fine. And this time, we were not that lucky. And I believe that, once again, YouTube, and they do this from time to time, they change something internally, or they instruct the people that review content to do certain things. It kind of comes and go in waves. And so anyway, they removed content from my channel. So I looked at the email. It's like, okay, so we'll go through the appeal process. I'm curious what they removed. And the video that they removed was a From the Vault video where I show off a Colt M4 Commando marked kind of a rare AR-15. It's just a collection video, essentially, where I show off a rare gun of my collection. That's what the From the Vault videos are. And the violation that they claimed that I broke of the community guidelines is the facilitation of gun sales or firearm sales. They were essentially saying, I'm selling guns. And I'm not doing that. You guys know that I'm not an FFL. I don't link to any places where you can buy guns. I do not sell guns myself. I do not put anything in the comments. And I don't even mention places in my videos where you can go and do that. I am very, very vanilla when it comes to the way that I follow the YouTube guidelines and rules. And so the email gave me a timestamp saying, we believe you violated it at this time. So I looked at it. It was like 29 seconds into the video. And essentially, I'm here on the workbench, and I'm showing off the gun. And I said the phrase, this is something that I have wanted for a long time. That is what I said. And that's what the AI algorithm said I was facilitating gun sales. So I filled out the little form to appeal. I was thinking, okay, this isn't going to be a big deal because obviously I'm not doing that. I'm not doing what they claim. So about an hour later, the manual review comes back saying, we have made a decision and we have determined that you have broken YouTube policy and guidelines for the same reasons. And I don't know what else to do when you don't do that. Like, it's like YouTube saying you can't show, which might have like another rule is you're not allowed to show graphic content of like violence. So imagine me making this video today where it's just me here on my workbench, and then all of a sudden YouTube says, we think you showed graphic violent content. And you go, wait, it's just me talking in the garage. There's nothing violent or graphic about it. Then you appeal and then say, yep, we've manually determined that you have violated this guideline and we're giving you a warning. Well, in the case, I got a warning today, or a strike, whatever. So that's the way it is. And once you appeal one time, there's nothing that can be done about it forever. That's it. You now have to wait. So this has happened to me before. If you don't know, I had a channel, Texas Gun Vault, that was started in 2011, and I had that channel for about 10 to 12 years. And during the early Biden administration, we all know that the DOJ asked YouTube to really kind of clamp down on stuff. And so within the span of 15 minutes, my channel got a warning and 3 strikes, and it was removed. I lost everything. It was real fast. There was nothing that I could do. When I appealed, they did not respond. they said, yep, it's okay. So I restarted the channel. It was very discouraging because I lost everything. And this is like a second job. And it's my passion project. I care about it so much. So I rebuilt it. I started it fresh. I re-uploaded the videos that I had, saved, which, by the way, I save every video, every thumbnail now. I have it backed up in 2 locations. So I started the channel, and I've grown it to what it is. And up until this point, I've always had a once in a while, you'll get some type of AI thing where it says, hey, we think you did this. You appeal it. It gets overturned. But I've noticed that I've had 2 issues in the past month. One was a restriction on 18 and over content, which is not you don't get a strike, you don't get a warning for it, but they age restrict it. And so I try to keep the channel as well in the guidelines as possible. So I just deleted the content. And then this morning I woke up and I had this issue, and they denied my appeal. They said it's violating content. So now my main channel has a warning, okay? So it's not a strike. The warning falls off in 90 days. So March the 20th is when it would fall off. Which normally, as I said, by the way, and this video is almost 2 years old. It's like 2 years old. So it's been on for a long time. But during this period of time, any other violation that they assume you've done automatically gets a strike. And 3 strikes and you're out. The first strike, you can't post for a week. You can't do anything for a week. The second one, I think it's 2 weeks, 14 days. And then the third strike, you're banned. Okay, the channel's removed. You have the option for appeals, but I have learned that whenever YouTube starts doing this stuff, I think they tell the manual reviewers, just whatever it is, don't even look at it, just ban it. Just say it's a strike, say whatever it is. As I said, they could strike this video saying, oh, he's showing violent content, even though it's just me sitting here in the garage, and it's just your word against theirs, and that's it, and their manual reviewer just doesn't like you. And when I lost my original channel, I was very frustrated, not just because I lost my channel, but there were other people that had much larger channels that did things that, in my opinion, grossly violate the rules, okay? I'm not going to snitch on them or anything. But they seem to be absolutely fine, okay? Some of them did get strikes. Some of them got community violation warnings, that kind of stuff, and they talked about it. But none of them got removed. I got removed. And, of course, nobody gives, excuse my language, nobody gives a shit about me because I'm small. I reached out to the larger content creators through people I know. Nobody responded. I reached out to organizations that represent YouTube content creators. Nobody responded. Nobody cared. So, what's happening right now? Okay, so I'm going to continue the Texas Gun Vault, the main channel, as normal. Okay? It doesn't mean that I could wake up in the morning and not have another email saying I got another violation. Because, as I said, YouTube changes stuff behind the scenes. And I'm always watching for the canary in the coal mine for when this happened. And I started noticing that my friend MD Polo, which he has a great gun channel, he posted on his Instagram that he got some monetization changes to his channel regarding some videos. And I've heard some other people talk about it. So I've noticed that for the past couple of years, things have been okay. But now all of a sudden, they're starting to tighten the screws again. And even though they have these community guidelines and the rules, and they give you all the examples, even if you follow those rules to a T, it doesn't mean that they're not going to say that you're doing something you're not. And you have no recourse. You have no recourse. So what I'm doing is I'm going to run the channel like normal. If I happen to get a strike, I'm going to private every video that I have on my channel, okay? Because it seems like when the videos are private, nothing can happen to your channel. Like they don't really find it. They don't say anything. So I would have to private the videos for an extended period of time to make sure that strikes don't accrue. The downside to that is while I'm saving the channel, You don't get any of the revenue. You don't get any of the growth. And it really stymies your ability to do anything. So, worst case scenario, if I happen to get another strike, you're going to see the Texas Gun Vault, the main channel, go private. Okay? And that could be up to 3 months. Now, all the videos would still be there, and I would just have to wait for things to essentially go away. And what's sad about this is that these things can be retroactive. It's not like they use discretion and go, okay, so this video was up for 3 years. We changed our rules. You need to take this down. No violation. We disagree with this, so please take it down. They don't do that. They just give you a warning and a strike if that's whatever, even though it's retroactive. So the other thing that I'm doing, and it's a monumental and Herculean task, is I am currently building a mirror channel to the Texas Gun Vault. So the main channel will have a channel that will be exactly the same, all the same content, all the same videos uploaded in exactly the same order. And I'm trying to get ahead of this because if YouTube temporarily changes the rules, because inevitably what will happen is a bunch of content creators are probably right now getting violation strikes, warnings, demonetization. There's going to be a big brouhaha, a big problem. And the big channels that can afford lawyers or have the representatives from the unions or whatever that represent them are going to contact YouTube. There's going to be some type of talk and negotiation. I'm sure some of them are going to get their congressman involved. And then YouTube will back off again. All I have to do is survive that period of time. So I think something behind the scenes has happened. Don't be surprised if the other gun channels that you watch begin to have violation strikes, demonetization, start to talk about this because something's changed. But anyway, I'm going to have a mirror channel. I'm not going to post about it or anything. But if for whatever reason, the main channel, if you follow it there, goes down, I will essentially take the other channel that's a mirror and make it public up until the point that my last video was out. So I'll be able to restart the channel, have everything ready to go, uploaded, and so forth, and you'll just have to find it. And I'll tell you here. Now, the Texas Gun Vault and the Texas Gun Vault 2 are two totally separate entities. They are under two different email addresses, so they're separate as far as YouTube are concerned, so it's not like they can see one and the other or relate the two. So I think that's important to do. So I've never really had a problem with this channel. They've never had an issue with this channel with anything I've ever done, with the exception of a couple of monetization things. But that was old and I removed those videos. It wasn't even like a big deal. So everything's fine here. But anyway, I just want to let you guys know, in case you're a fan of the Texas Gun Vault, what happened. I want to let you guys know, in case you love firearms content creators, beyond me, what they might be going through. Let you know that there's something going on behind the scenes. I don't know what. I don't know how restrictive they're going to be. And I also wanted to give you the plan for what I'm doing. So if for some reason you see the Texas Gun Vault go away for a while, you know why. And if I have to restart the channel, you know why. Okay? But now let's talk essentially about the future of firearms content online. I know inevitably in the comment section of this video, I'm going to get people telling me that you need to go over to Rumble. Well, in case you don't know, I'm actually on Rumble. Every video that I make, both in the Texas Gun Vault and the Texas Gun Vault 2, are uploaded to Rumble. And I try to get people to go over there, but you don't get anywhere near as many eyes as you do over here on YouTube. So as much as I wish we could abandon this platform, this is where all of the eyes are. I know there are people that watch exclusively on Rumble, but I do get comments over here if people say, well, I'm not going to leave YouTube because this is where I get all my other news, entertainment, blah, blah, blah. And I respect that. I respect that. But until not only firearms content creators, which I believe a lot of them are doing a great job of posting to both locations, but until people begin to follow content creators elsewhere, they're always going to have a problem. and we're always going to have to be battling censorship. I'm not telling you to go do anything. I'm just telling you what to prepare for. And maybe this is YouTube overreacting to the presidency of Donald Trump. It could be them overreacting and censoring based off of recent events and news-related things. It could be just them wanting to censor. It could be a lot of things. And the problem is that these rules and guidelines are written by people that don't know anything about firearms, and they're enforced by people that don't know anything about firearms. And there's nothing that we can do. So right now, I'm a little bit sad, a little bit anxious, but I wanted to come to you guys tonight, let you know what's going on, and let me know in the comment section if you guys are aware of any other content creators, specifically firearms content creators, that are having issues like this as well. But as of right now, we have a warning on the main channel. There's no strikes. It will fall off on March the 20th if nothing else happens. But based off of my experience, I'm expecting something to happen, because once they've changed something in the AI algorithm, it begins to flag things it never flagged before. And of course, it's heavy-handed. And so I wouldn't be surprised if I get more and have to tell you guys here on this channel what happened and have to take down the other channel. Hopefully not. I'm kind of hoping that other channels are having this issue, the bigger channels, and that they contact people with their YouTube representatives and so forth and just kind of get things ironed out. But that's what I'm feeling. That's what I'm sensing. And I'm looking at like the tea leaves of what the future holds. So I think we're going through another time of firearms content censorship on YouTube. So there you go. That is the video for today. The word of the day, if you made it to the end, is censorship. Censorship is the word of the day. And so anyway, let's have a good discussion. Tell me what you guys do if you're content creators. Have you been having any issues? Or have you been noticing any other content creators having issues like this recently that have popped up in the past month? Let me know in the comment section below, and I'll give you as many updates as I possibly can. So as always, thanks for watching.